insurance companies walk away with big profits. Over $35 billion last year. Now, Congress is working with big insurance.
What's up, guys? So, I noticed this one loofah. It's getting really close. I prefer to pick them before they turn brown on the vine, because every time when I pick them when they're brown, they start rotting. So to me, it's not good for my climate. I'm sure in dry climates you could let them dry all the way. I don't know. I would just test it out wherever you are, if you are growing loofah, and kind of start seeing from this point on. Typically the inside of it is all formed the sponge, and it's really nice, hard, vigorous, and it should be usable. Another, you can also tell when you start cracking into them and there's no give. See, this is still pretty spongy or fleshy inside, where this you can just see how it goes all the way in. This might even be rotten. I don't know, we'll see. But and I don't like it when it starts changing colors on the outside, like spot-wise, brown-wise. This is almost pure yellow. It's kind of going into brown right here. We're completely past the green. This is more of a yellow green. It's really hard to tell, maybe. This one's starting to turn a little bit. Turn yellow at least. I don't see any other ones up here. No. Oh yeah, this one right here. This one's a real yellow greenish. This one still has a ways to go, but it's approaching that yellow right there. All right, so I'll show y'all what I do. Pretty simple. You want to crack it open. The best way to do that is just throw it on the ground. If it splits and you got fiber, you're good to go. Sometimes you'll get underdeveloped ones and it'll just be this inside material. Another good way to tell is the color of the seeds. If the seeds are pure black, then typically it means it's done. And then I like to beat it on shit because it breaks it up even easier. This one's almost perfect. Like, there's not a lot of membrane or whatever you want to call it inside. It's almost dried out, and the seeds are black as day. So these are good seeds. These you could save and plant next year. Really clean. This makes this process really easy. There's not a bunch of junk in here. If you pick them a little earlier, you get all sorts of junk. Now the only problem I see with this is starting to brown up a little bit right here, right here, right here. There's some spots in it. I don't know, we'll clean it up and see if it's perfect or not. Clusters of seeds in there. I'll typically take off the end. This will make getting the seeds out a little bit easier. And if you want to save them, you might want to control where you're putting them. I'm gonna have so many of these, so I'm not too worried about this one sponge, about saving all the seeds. I'll save this little bit, but yeah, already it's pretty clean. Higher pressure hose you got, the better off you'll be. Soaking them in water will work pretty too if there's a lot of debris on the inside, and just overall it's not as dried out as this one is. You can soak it in water to really loosen up everything away from the fiber. You can go anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour or two. And that's pretty much it. So it's pretty well cleaned. This one should dry up really well. I actually don't see any bad spots in it. You'll get some stuff like this, but this is a little bit of debris. You could let it dry for a little bit and then spray it again. But overall, this is really clean. This is good to go. So I just let them dry in the sun. If it's real hot, like right now, we're only at the beginning of August still, they might dry in one day. But typically these won't even finish unless you plant it real early. I got this planted in the ground May 1st. So that's 2 to 3 weeks prior to when I normally get them in the ground. June 1st is my plant date, like no later than June 1st. I like to have fruit set by July 1st is my best to get the really big ones. You know, to get ones that are like this right here. And this isn't even one of the first ones off the plant. But if you get the plant established, you'll get some big fat ones like that. And then it just all depends. This is another really big one. But yeah, get them in the ground no later than June 1st. And unless they're yellow like that, I would just let them go until frost, or right before frost, or right after frost. If it frosts on you, these plants will be dead as a doornail, and you need to go out and get them and harvest them right away, because otherwise they'll start rotting, which is not good at all. And then they have male flowers and female flowers. Predominantly all the time you'll see the male flowers. They're the ones that are always sticking up. They keep flowering and flowering and flowering and flowering. It's really hard to tell when you have the female flowers, and they kind of they're always real close and they disappear real fast. So good luck cleaning some loofahs. Good luck growing them. They're awesome. They're pretty much resilient to anything. Nothing has ever touched them since I've been growing them. No bugs, no pests, no stem blight. Literally nothing attacks this plant. It is just amazing. It grows and grows and grows.